Hi, I'm Agnes. Welcome to my eclectic channel. One thing I've never done so far is to sew a garment from A to Z following a pattern. And today I've decided to take the plunge. The pattern I'm going to be using is the Bette pattern. We're almost done with the dress. We've been working on the zipper. So I've pinned it and now I'm getting to the opening, like the bottom of it, like of the zipper in the skirt. So here the best I've seen is that you're just supposed to stitch as close as you can get to that point. Another handy tip that I've seen in just one tutorial is to add a stop, because you notice that my zipper is way too long, so my slit stops right here and my zipper goes all the way here. The supplies did say 22 inches, so I got a 22-inch zipper. It is way too long. But that's okay, that's often the case. We rarely get a zipper exactly the right length. So I'll have quite a bit of it sticking out. I think if I were really a maverick, I would cut it, but not before I put a stop. I had to put my own stop where it belongs. So this seems like I might have to do this before I stitch the zipper. Yep, now is a good time to do it. So I'm gonna pull this closed and judge like how low I want my this little thingy. I don't know what it's called. I want that piece to go when I zip it down. So I think I want it to almost the opening, so right there. So I'm going to mark here and I'm going to work a tight zigzag stitch up and down, back and forth a couple times. And this would create a stop right there. So to perfectly set in an invisible zipper, you need an invisible zipper foot. I don't have one. I should probably get one, like before I finish this project. But they say that a regular zipper foot can do the job. It's just harder. So yeah, I'm a beginner, so why don't I go the harder route and use my my zipper foot. So zipper foots always confuse me. They really confuse me. And first of all, what are we trying to do? We are trying to work a row of stitching very close to the plastique. Why don't we just switch to French right now? The plastic teeth, or the metal teeth if you're using a vintage zipper. Right, so we just need a row of stitching really close to that, and an invisible zipper foot will allow you to do that perfectly. But when I have a zipper foot, I think this is how I want it. I always just try it both ways and see what happens because they confuse me. So let me put it this way first and see. See if that will do. This will allow me to do what I need to do. And it looks like it will. Okay, it's not done yet, but it looks like it's the right tool. I think I don't think this should be too much of a problem. It gets me, my needle just went in right on the edge of the teeth, which is where we want it to be, and then the side of my zipper foot is working right along that line. So they say it's a little harder to control if you're not using an invisible zipper foot, but I think I can handle this. So here goes. that's one side. Let's see how this works. So it's going to be like this, and hopefully fold under. And I did not screw this up. This is very clean. I like this. Like, I think this is going to turn out nice, or at this point has a very good chance of turning up nicely. I'm checking my top again. Yeah, it's still working out, so great. Okay, now it's important to line up the zipper up here. So another good tip that I saw in a one of the tutorials that I watched, whenever I have to learn something new, I watch and read a lot of tutorials, and you know, one of them makes sense, and then you gather little tips and tricks from several of them, and you put them all together. So the tip that she gave to line up perfectly up here was to close the zipper. I want to close it, and maybe not all the way up to the top, and then bring the other side, and the zipper is lined up, no problem, because I closed it, so I'm confident that everything is lining up well when it comes to the zipper. But now I need to make sure that the top of my dress is lined up. So this is where we can do some markings. I can put a pin to remind myself. So this is where the top of the little plastic stop on the zipper is going to have to come and line up here. And then I have to think about everything else that we thought of before. So unzip, and repeat. Do this mirror image of what we have going on that side. We want to repeat on this side. And I find zippers so confusing. I avoid using them. And I'm not the only one. A number of the people who had learned to do zippers really well said that they avoided them for a long time. I'm in that camp. Very unhappy now. Right now I'm in the unhappy camp. But we'll get this figured out. All right, so I got extremely confused with when it comes to the bottom of the zipper near the skirt. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just start on the top, because the top is not nearly as confusing. I'm just doing the mirror image of what I have on the other side. So I'm going to start pinning. This I know is right. And then I'll see what happens at the bottom. All right, so this sounded like a very good idea. I thought it cannot be wrong, because after all, on the top, I'm just doing the mirror image. It's all perfect. So I went down and down and down, and I had this tail here, so I thought, okay, let me tuck it in. And once I tuck it in, what I found out was that I have a big twist. So that's not it. Let's try again. So this time, I'm starting at the bottom, and I've put my zipper as it should be. It's all set correctly. I know that this will fold under and it'll go on top of the zipper. So I am going to go ahead and pin it here and see how the rest must go. Unfold the fabric, and there it is. It needs to go like this. So now that I know this, I'm going to go back up here and line up the top to the marker 1.5 centimeter away, like that, and pin that in place. I don't know that the day is coming where this is going to become nothing for me. I'm pretty traumatized right now. I don't want to have to put in another zipper for a while. I'll have to get over that, you know, when they say when you fall off a horse you need to get back on. maybe, hopefully, this turns out very neat when all is said and done, and it'll just make me feel really good, and I won't hesitate next time when I have a project and a zipper closure is the most appropriate form of closure. Hole pinned. Before we stitch, let's do a test drive or a test zip. There it is. Right now it looks a little wobbly, not super neat, but I think that's because we're using pins and we haven't pressed anything yet. So I love puzzles, by the way, and I really am an astrophysicist, but this is like, guys, this is hard. This is hard. Okay, seamstresses have my uttermost respect. Okay. Let's see. So I think we're gonna take the plunge. I'm going to stitch this up. My cat is showing up at my window. This is a warmer day of March. So I've opened my house and he's like, let me in, let me in. The door is wide open. He'll figure it out. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like.